Hello, everyone out there in podcast land. Welcome to the Front Row Movie Reviews, the podcast for people who actually like movies. And welcome to another trailer reaction, this time for Justice League, which is only about a month and a half away. I'm Scott, and I am your resident DC hater. I'm here to see if I still hate it. A little bit of background. I'm a Marvel fanboy. Stan Lee created my childhood, but I love Superman. Love Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash. Never really cared for Cyborg. Green Lantern, I think, is going to be in this sooner or later for at least a little bit, so I like him too. Either one. More of a Jon Stewart guy, but, you know, Hal Jordan's okay too, except for when he's Ryan Reynolds. The movies that DC has been putting out, trying to capitalize on Marvel's ability to make an extended universe, cinematic universe, have more than usually failed. I never liked Man of Steel. I thought that they treated Superman like an emo little brat and not as the Man of Steel. Superman wouldn't snap somebody's neck, period. And he wouldn't fly off to India to fight a robot while Metropolis was getting nuked. Batman vs. Superman, I think, is one of the worst films, not just comic book films of all time. I've said enough about it. I think it's terrible. Suicide Squad's worse than Batman vs. Superman. So that tells you where I feel about that one. Now, Wonder Woman, I think, was a great movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I've watched it several times. I think because it had a different director and it didn't have the studio really meddling in it as much as they did with Suicide Squad. And also they had a very good a story to tell. I think that went really well. Now, I wasn't a big fan of Wonder Woman fighting the Silver Samurai at the end of the movie, but in repeated watchings, that annoys me less. And I really like the story between Wonder Woman and Trevor. So I enjoy that quite a bit. So going into Justice League, I have really no hopes because everything I've seen so far makes it look like Batman versus Superman and not Wonder Woman, and that makes perfect sense because Zack Snyder is the one checking it out and making it. As we know now, Zack Snyder did have to step away because of a family tragedy, and so Joss Whedon has taken over directorial role. Now, depending on who you ask, you're either told Joss is just in there to kind of carry it over the finish line. Not much is going to change. It's still Zack's vision. And other people are saying Whedon's there to basically fix a steaming pile of turd and hope for the best. Based on the trailers, I think Whedon's there to fix it because I think Zack Snyder can't direct a film to save his life. He's done the same trope every single time, from 300 to Sucker Punch to Batman versus Superman, even Watchmen. He has the same aesthetic, same cinematography. He hates sunlight for some reason. Must be a vampire or something. So, but that's where I'm at. I'm not looking forward to Justice League at all. And maybe this trailer is going to change my mind because this is probably the last big trailer we're going to get until the movie comes out. But before watching this trailer, and I haven't watched it yet, I'm more interested in Thor Ragnarok by a long shot than I am Justice League. But we'll see if this trailer is going to stop me from hating on this movie or not. Usually we put a little thingy right over here or right over here to show you the video. Warner Brothers doesn't believe in fair use. They don't believe in the First Amendment or a plethora of court cases that say you can do it, and they always try to demonetize us. And these microphones cost something, so we need some monetization. So I'm not going to put the video or sound in here. You'll just have to imagine what you're seeing because you've all probably seen the trailer by now or you wouldn't be watching this. So let's go ahead and look at Justice League trailer, which is entitled Heroes. Oh, by the way, I have to complain for 1 second. I thought this trailer came out yesterday, and so I was doing this yesterday. I did another video, and I hadn't watched the trailer because I truly haven't watched any of the trailers when I do these things. And it turned into a car commercial halfway through the trailer for Mercedes-Benz. I was beyond pissed that Warner Brothers dropped a trailer and it turned into a car commercial. beyond pissed. So I'm hoping this isn't a car commercial. Based on the 4.2 million views, I'm guessing it's the trailer. But I'm going to find out. Here we go. Hey, a trailer before the trailer. That doesn't happen ever. All right. Kansas? But Superman's dead. He's dead. There's Lois. Hi, Amy Adams. Hi. But Superman's dead. You killed him. He's not coming back, right? Oh my God, he's smiling. He has to be a ghost. He's smiling. Yep. She was imagining him because, yeah, he doesn't smile because he's not Superman. Killing Superman was the worst possible thing you could have done because you've ruined that storyline. Steppenwolf. More Instagram filters. Oh, that's what we need. Something darker. Yes, excellent. I think Aquaman's going to steal the show on this, by the way. There's a little bit of humor in this. I'm liking that. Hey, Batman just killed somebody. What'd you promise him? You didn't promise him anything. You got him killed. That CGI looks terrible. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see if there's anything at the end of this pile of crap. No, we're showing the pretty looking pictures that makes you think it's, Invoking Kingdom Come, which is a better comic than this is going to be a movie. Okay, that's it. Okay. Yep, it's still a pile of trash. Sorry, folks. I'm trying. I really am. But the humor is good. I love the little thing at the end where Barry Allen is basically giving away Bruce's identity by not understanding how you're supposed to have secret identities. And it looks like Aquaman's going to steal the show with his surfer guy mentality, and I like that. But it looks like trash. I mean, the quality of everything in there looks like it's halfway done, which is insane because this thing comes out in a little over a month. Cyborg still looks like he's on blue screen. Even when he's holding Aquaman in the air, it looks like Aquaman's filmed somewhere. Cyborg's head is filmed somewhere. The rest of his body is filmed somewhere else, and the sky is all fake. So it's like 4 different elements put together that don't look like they mesh at all. And this is what happens when you use no principal photography. This is what happens when you don't shoot outside and you use studio backlots and inside the studios for everything. Is you cannot. I hit my desk too hard. You cannot show any kind of film quality when you do that. It just looks terrible. And they're still playing out the death of Superman. We all know Clark's coming back. I assume he'll be bad at first, and then he will figure out what the hell is going on and be a little less bad, although Superman still caused the deaths of millions of people. And in this universe, that's okay, I guess. So, I mean, I still don't want to see this movie. It looks like Batman versus Superman Part 2. And I spent my money on that, and I didn't like it. You have Thor Ragnarok coming out at the same time that looks like it's basically Jack Kirby taken from the page and put on the screen. And it looks amazing. The humor in there is great. It's obviously building towards the last of the Avenger films as we know it, with 3 and 4. And that looks fun. But then you have this, where it looks like no one cares. Even DC and Warner Brothers have come out and said, we're kind of stepping away from the cinematic universe after this. Things will tie together, but really not really. So they understand that they failed. And where they failed was they put all of their eggs in the Zack Snyder basket, because this is a Zack Snyder film. Joss Whedon hasn't put his vision on this that I can tell. It looks like Zack Snyder's film. The humor is probably Joss Whedon. I wouldn't doubt that at all, because he can do dialogue like nobody else. But it still looks like 300 with Batman in it. You can go ahead and hit the down arrow, and you can send your hate mail to thefrontrowmoviereviews@gmail.com and tell me how much of a fanboy I am and how terrible I am and how much I don't understand cinema. It looks like trash. And I think it's going to have a huge weekend, and then it'll have a 70% drop-off because people will see it once and say we're done. And then they're going to go see Thor Ragnarok and get their buck's worth. And then we're going to have Black Panther, and then we're going to have Avengers 3, and then we're going to have I don't know what the hell's next after that. Ant-Man versus the Wasp, and so forth and so on. Not versus the Wasp, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and so forth and so on, to a point where Marvel's is going to keep on rolling. They're like in phase 15 now, and DC can't stop from crapping the bed. I would love to have a great Superman movie. Superman with Christopher Reeve is still one of my favorite movies of all time. 1970 Superman. Michael Keaton is right up there as one of my main Batmans. So it's not that I hate Superman or Batman. I just said I love the Wonder Woman movie. These guys don't know what they're doing. And until they reset or figure out who should be running this show, maybe it is Joss Whedon, maybe it's somebody else, but they're going to fail because people like me, the norms, I guess, in this case, even though I am a huge, I've got fucking Optimus Prime on my desk, but we don't like this stuff, guys. And you can fanboy it all you want, and you can put on your rose-colored goggles, which is what Batman seems to be wearing in the trailer. It's not good. Sorry. Hopefully it's better in the film, but this trailer is not good, and this movie doesn't look good. Make mine Marvel.